Kirk, Victor, Nolan, all the lads here, and we're here to talk about David Fincher. Now, why are we here to talk about David Fincher? I'll tell you why. He's a lad.
He is a lad.
Episode 1, we talk about top 5 PTA characters, a.k.a. Victor's favorite director. This episode, episode 10, 8 episodes in between, we're talking about Nolan's favorite director, David Fincher, and our top 5 characters from among all his films.
And we'll be doing the Coens eventually for you.
We'll be the Coens. Maybe that might happen episode 20. Maybe.
Yeah.
No guarantees. Guarantees. Victor has a lot of Coen to catch up on.
I do.
Mm.
So that might take him a while.
I think I might have seen... never mind. I was just going to say I've seen the most Coen, maybe.
Definitely
You have. You
have some homework too.
Oh, I do. And thanks to Nolan for gifting me that little copy of Blood Simple.
Amazing movie.
Amazing movie that I have not seen. Yeah. I am excited to check that out. But back on topic, because we're not here to talk about the Coens.
That's right.
We're here to talk about David Fincher. And our top 5 Fincher characters. All right?
Yes, sir.
And I guess I'm starting us off. And in tradition, since I did this on the first episode, I guess we're all doing it now. We're going to use some quotes to initiate
So you're
discussion
number 5.
here. Number 5, all right?
Let's see if I can figure out from the quote.
Oh, this is an easy one. But again, I'm starting off my number 5 with a little bit of a lesser known pick, all right? I am not the Zodiac. And if I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you. Number 5.
Arthur Lee Allen.
John Carroll Lynch as Arthur Lee Allen. All right, here's why I picked this character.
I don't know who this is.
Yo,
Zodiac.
you don't remember Zodiac enough, man.
Oh, okay. No.
Best scene in the movie. Steals the show.
Maybe.
I wouldn't say the best scene, but it is an amazing scene.
It's an amazing scene.
Let me talk about this.
Okay, sorry. I want to say I love this pick, by the way. I love this pick.
Love this pick. Okay. Fincher fills his films in the main slots because he works in more of a Hollywood mainstream. He always fills his films with these grade A, super popular actors. In this film, we have Jake Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr. And who comes on top for me? This little character actor who's working a blue-collar job in this here thing.
This factory or whatever,
and he just delivers the most creepiest...
Oh, it's so chilling. That scene gives me
chilling
chills, man.
scene ever. And Fincher just... I don't know where he found this guy, but obviously he knew.
He's in Fargo.
Okay, he plays Margaret Robbie's...
Frances McDormand's wife.
I'm thinking of...
or not wife, husband.
The husband.
Can you guys repeat this guy's name? I'm just going to look
John Carroll Lynch.
John Carroll Lynch. And in this scene, he's just... Like, Fincher obviously knew this guy... this scene was going to be impactful.
Yeah,
it's a great scene.
Like...
well, it's the layout of the scene, too. He sets up the scene. We've been building on whoever the suspect is for like 30 minutes of the movie. It's been 30 minutes. We're like waiting to meet the suspect, and finally they're talking to this guy. They're like, oh, this is probably just going to be some other guy. Yeah. And slowly the scene just builds and builds. And all of a sudden you start getting this like anxious feeling inside of you. And then when like you're confident there's something wrong with this guy, he looks into the camera. He looks right at us and says, I'm not the Zodiac. Mm-hmm. And if I was, I certainly wouldn't tell you. And it's just like, oh shit. And like even other characters in the scene look into the camera as if they're looking at Arthur Lee Allen, because they start freaking out too. They see the watch as the Zodiac watch. They're looking at the camera like, we'll check up on all this stuff. Meanwhile, in their minds, they're like, fuck, this guy.
Yeah.
He's so creepy.
Well, you pretty much summed up everything I had to say there,
Kirk.
Nolan.
I'm
He's a passionate guy. But, yeah, I picked this character mainly because, like I said, Fincher fills his films with these great actors, well-known actors, and to me, this character was memorable enough to just steal the show for me among these talented actors and actresses And that was enough to deserve him a spot on my list.
For sure.
It's a great pick.
And he's great in I mean, he's in only a couple other scenes, but
that scene alone just was enough.
Especially, for sure.
I like.
It's one of the most important scenes in the film.
I think I'm remembering what scene you're talking about.
Yeah. Do you don't remember really?
No, I'm mixing up scenes.
They're like in the factory, and there's that really big guy with the bald head.
Yeah.
It's like the
I
guy
know what he looks
people
like.
think
I know what
he's
he looks like.
and he has the watch.
It's so intimidating.
It is the scene I'm thinking of.
Yeah, they're talking about how he's
I know
ambidextrous and everything.
Yeah. That is a great scene. My
Yeah.
favorite scene is definitely the
basement scene.
The basement scene's
a
second for me.
Yeah, it's iconic.
Oh my god, it is.
For me,
great.
the iconic scene is like that's just my opinion.
The Arthur
is
Leon? Of course.
interview.
No, it's a great scene for sure. Don't get me wrong.
All right, so moving on, let's head over to Victor.
All right, my quote
What's your
is,
quote, boss?
"It's more comfortable for you to label me as insane." So we're gonna get the controversy out of the way. First off, my pick is John Doe, as you could tell by the quote. Fantastic character, played by a not so fantastic human being.
Kevin
maybe.
Spacey, yeah, but great character.
Great character. As Nolan, we've talked about this character before, and like something that you said that's so true is you do feel his presence throughout the entire film without even being introduced to him.
Yeah.
Physically introduced to him.
Legit. Forget Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
The rest of the film, you never see him, but
Exactly.
he's in every scene.
Yeah.
You feel his presence, and when they're discovering all these bodies.
And this isn't about the character, but I love the decision to not include Kevin Spacey in the opening credits.
I totally
Just how it
agree.
totally shocks you when you see him in the
I know.
in the lobby with the blood on his hands. Yeah, he's just such a creepy character, and not only do you feel his presence the whole time, but when he comes on screen, he just dominates every scene. I think just
I completely agree.
so creepy. The dialogue that's written for him, like learning his motives, just awesome.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Definitely like a great pick that I totally agree with.
Yeah.
If I wasn't abstaining from any Kevin Spacey related content.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to get political with this.
Yeah, for sure.
But I totally agree with your pick because that's an amazing character. And the fact that you brought up, like Nolan made a really good point there.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up Nolan's good point where his presence is just laced in this movie. And he has such a mysterious and the biblical relation to his agenda. Just, it's so iconic and classic and has been copied so many times by so many other people.
Yeah, totally.
And it's never been done as well, I don't think.
No.
Well, you can't beat the original sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes you just can't beat the original. And it every time one of these carbon copies happens, oh, this guy kills based off the 10 Commandments. It's like, this just, like...
You mean the 7 Deadly Sins?
7 Deadly Sins.
No, I'm talking, like, they're, like, let's say...
There
was some copy,
yeah.
there was some copy, I forget what from, that, like, killed based off the 10 Deadly Commandments. And it's just like, this feels like 7.
Yeah,
I know
totally.
he killed off the 7 Deadly
Totally.
Sins.
Yeah.
I love villains where you don't get on board with their motives, like definitely not, but you understand their motives.
Exactly. You totally understand his motives.
Totally understand his motives. Like the way he
Even though
explains
they're
it,
fucked.
it's like you're fucked up, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's fucked up. You know what I mean?
Because you're like, are you kidding me? Like a person so obese that you would mock him?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
A woman who made her living off of, being a prostitute or whatever.
Kevin Spacey just plays it so well. I love how reserved he is. And just it's chilling.
When
honestly.
he lifts up his hands with the handcuffs on, holy moly.
It's so good.
And just the whole movie before without him, and it's such a terrifying, chilling experience of a film because in practically every scene, they're talking about everything this guy did. That's the whole case. So you're learning about all the shit that this guy did.
You're learning about him the whole time.
Here's a picture of him yesterday. Here's a picture of him a year ago about, the guy stuck in bed who ends up being alive. Or like when they're in Brad Pitt's apartment and they're looking at the pictures, the music as they're looking at these bodies, they're like, no motive, no whatever. Just talking about all the shit behind what this guy's doing and them trying to figure out is so chilling.
Even when they sneak in, or like when they sneak into his apartment,
Yeah.
you learn so much about the character, and it just really freaks you out.
His apartment was amazing.
Honestly,
with the bathtub and like just shit scattered all over the place. Like,
I feel like that scene's been copied again and again too.
oh, for sure,
Like just recently in Incredibles 2. I feel like...
I haven't seen it yet, but...
No, I know you're talking about, yeah.
Where she's going into that room to find the bad guy, and it just feels like...
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
Seven.
you can learn a lot about a character when looking at their, like, when they're...
For sure.
Their apartment.
And...
Like the narrator in Fight Club, which I'm sure we'll talk about later.
Definitely, like, with the furniture and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But sorry, Kirk, what were you gonna say?
Like, talking about his crimes, I guess. Like, there's such a sensory relation to them. Like, when you walk in on when they walk in on the big guy, and like...
Yeah.
Like, Morgan Freeman, like, the smell, like, you can just...
Yeah, no, you can
that's just one of...
You can just sense it.
That's just one of
disgusting,
the scenes that, like, I'm just grossed out by. Like, not even by sight, but smell itself. Like, ugh.
I was just gonna say that around the middle of the film, they're at a crime scene, and some photographer shows up, and he starts taking pictures, and Brad Pitt's passion gets out of control.
I love that fucking
It's
scene.
such a good scene, but like he throws his camera and everything, and kicks the guy out. And then later, when they break into John Doe's apartment, you see those pictures, and if you're watching the movie for the first time, Brad Pitt goes, "We fucking had him, man. We had him." And Morgan Freeman's like, what are you talking about? And Brad Pitt's like, the fucking photographer from the fucking stairs. And you think it's the photographer.
Yeah.
But then later it's not, right? But what's fucked is, like, you think about these things that you don't see. Like, how did John Doe get those photos and everything? Like, just the shit that he does. It's all the shit behind the scenes that's crazy. And, like, the look and everything inside his apartment, I talked about him in my review on Letterboxd. I think Seven is one of the most underrated production, as far as production design goes.
Yeah.
One of the most underrated in history.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's the production design is insanely good. Like, it's such a unique, dark world that you feel in every scene, especially in John Doe's apartment.
It's something I don't think about, but once you bring it up, I can I can agree. To the fact. Just while we're on the note of Seven, quick little hot take here. Worst David Fincher related content. Not Alien 3, but the Seven trailer.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen the Seven trailer.
Oh my god.
Is it really that bad?
He's a detective. About to retire on the job. It's his last day.
Cheesy voice.
Joined by Brad Pitt. Like, obviously it wasn't Fincher deciding.
And they can't advertise it as a David Fincher film either.
Well, at this point in his career.
That was basically his first movie, because other than Alien 3.
95. Panic Room, right?
No. Panic Room was
came
02.
after?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he made the game
was next. Yeah.
Then Fight Club, then Panic Room.
I did not know that. I thought it came before. That's weird.
But yeah, I just want to say, like, Seven is amazing, but the trailer is just... I love the fact that this amazing movie has a terrible trailer.
You could say that about so many movies, though. I've seen that for so
I haven't
movies.
seen enough trailers to know, but like, just Seven kills me watching the trailer.
Watch the original Star Wars trailer. It's fucking goofy.
Probably.
At best.
Like the movie. I'm kidding.
All right.
We won't get into that. We won't get into
Nolan, number 5.
No. Hold on. I just want to say that.
Let's not talk about the Star Wars trailer.
I just want to say that I know you brought up Alien 3, and like, I don't think we can really talk about Alien 3 at all, because just to get this out of the way, like, he didn't really direct that movie. If you read up on it,
I haven't seen it. Kirk haven't seen it.
Yeah, we're not talking about Alien 3.
Well, I was just gonna say that I don't know if you guys know, he got fired 3 times when they were making it. Like, they fired him 3 different times.
That's stupid.
I know, it's goofy.
All right,
at best.
Yeah. All right, my number 5.
Speaking of fired. Fire, number 5 pick here.
All right, my number 5 pick. All right, here's the quote. I need to know who he is. I need to stand there. I need to look him in the eye, and I need to know that it's him.
Oh, is it Jake from Zodiac? Yeah, great
JG, Robert Graysmith, my boy Jake Gyllenhaal from Zodiac. This character is great for a number of reasons. Sorry, go ahead, Victor.
No, I just want to say I fucking love this character.
Like, he's one of my favorite parts of the movie, and he makes me scared, he makes me angry, he makes me laugh on multiple occasions. And I think part of why this character is so good, not just through Jake Gyllenhaal's performance, but if you look at all of Fincher's films, this character would probably be Fincher's most self-reflexive, for obviously the fact that he gets so obsessed. He's just an obsessive human being. And like Fincher, if you read up on the film Zodiac, like Fincher as a kid, he also grew up in the same area when the Zodiacs were taking place. He was a little kid. He was obsessed. Fincher himself was obsessed with the Zodiac killings, which is like sort of why he was just so passionate about this film, which, you know, and for many reasons you could say that Zodiac is his most personal movie. But yeah, just him being so obsessive, and just the idea behind this character that, you know, the tagline of the film says, there's more than one way to lose your life to a killer, which implies that, like...
That's a good tagline.
Which implies that, you know...
You can die.
You can die or become...
all the details.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lose touch with reality, lose touch with your wife, with your kids and everything.
Which he does so fucking much.
Yeah. And it's so
sad,
cringy
but
to
you
watch.
understand.
You understand, but it's so sad,
I
man.
know.
I love the fact that, like, what feels unique to me about this is that this is a film where he doesn't solve the case. It's left unresolved. And we don't get that resolution.
Well,
yeah.
I think there is a resolution for the character himself. Like, at one point he says to Mark Ruffalo's character, just because you can't prove it doesn't mean it's true. And Mark Ruffalo talks about how being a cop, there are laws and everything, and you can't convict a person or whatever. And there's that line, obviously, I already said the line about him needing to look him in the eyes. The second to last scene in the film is Jake Gyllenhaal going up to Arthur Lee Allen, and he's just staring at him. And Arthur Lee Allen says, "Can I help you?" And Jake Gyllenhaal just keeps staring at him, and then he just goes, "No." And then he kind of nods, like, "I'm good." Which, you know, you could say that is an interpretation, but it isn't for sure that he solves the case. You're right.
But I feel like that's him coming to, like, peace with it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there's also that, like...
What?
Kind of, I don't know. It's left unresolved.
No, it is totally left unresolved. But
yeah,
I think
it definitely is.
I think Jake tries to accept that that's the killer in that scene.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, he's at a point where he needs to just stop.
He needs resolution.
There's
for
nothing.
This case.
There's nothing else he can do. He's literally covered everything with the case. There's nothing else he can research.
But that's what I'm saying. There's like a unresolved resolution there that makes there a need for him. It forces him to come up with a resolution on his own.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that's the correct resolution. It just forces him, which I like about the film, you know, because it shows his obsession and it shows a conclusion, but the conclusion feels, I don't know, I haven't watched Zodiac in a long time, so I don't know if I would still feel true to this, but I feel like it's a forced kind of conclusion. Like, he wouldn't be done, but he's like at the point of exhaustion pretty much with this case, you know what I'm saying? And the basement scene is just an extension of that to me, where like the craziness he goes through, where he's literally investigating on his own.
Yeah. Well, the basement scene is him literally just, oh my god, it's such a good scene.
It's so good that the one shot.
It's what shot are you talking about?
Before they go in the basement, when it's a close up of his face
looking
in the camera. Yeah, it's so good.
God.
I love shots like that, and I see it so much in many other movies.
Oh, it's so good.
There's a shot like that in Suspiria that's like the exact same.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
When Dakota Johnson's like eating with Tilda Swinton, and she's in the background.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say that in that scene, I'm glad you brought that scene up, because in that scene you get to a point of like complete crisis with his character, because Robert Graysmith has gotten to a point where he feels set on who the Zodiac killer is. He just needs one more piece of information. He'll be able to solve the case.
Yeah.
He goes to this guy and he's like, all right, your boy, I forget the guy's name. It wasn't Arthur Lee Allen, but it was a different suspect.
Yeah, different guy.
He did the handwriting here, and then blah, blah, blah. And then the guy who he's talking to is like, no, I did the handwriting.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Not only does he lose touch with his case, like his evidence is totally gone out the window now, but that's the guy who did the handwriting.
The situation becomes like so much more intense.
Yeah, and he's not going down in the basement because he's just some dumb character in a horror movie.
He's too intrigued.
He's too into the Zodiac case that he needs to go down there.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh.
His passion is like infectious in that movie.
His passion is like Nolan's passion for Fincher.
Yeah.
It's obsessive.
You want to know this shit as much as he does, and like every stupid decision he makes, like going in the basement, which you understand because you want to know just as much as he does.
And what the fuck is up with that guy? Like,
I know.
What is up with him? We never really find out. He locks his doors from the inside. He's he's nuts, and he knows all the dates. He knows the dates. He knows the exact date when they played The Most Dangerous Game, which is the movie that inspired the Zodiac Killer. Oh my god, it's just so creepy. But I was just gonna say another thing I love about this character is like the little quirkiness of his nerdy nature, and how he talks about how he's a Boy Scout, and like just his little mannerisms on his first date with Chloe Sevigny when he keeps reaching for something. And then,
totally.
Dude, that scene in the bar with Robert Downey Jr. when he orders the Aqua Velva drink, and Downey Jr.'s like, what the hell is that? And then we get that great comedic cut.
That cut to both of them drinking these fancy girly drinks, so funny.
When the one guy asks, do you smoke? And then he just goes, once in high school.
Dude, I know his awkward mannerisms is what just makes the character like so funny.
It's amazing. All right, maybe we spent some good time on Robert Graysmith.
Yeah, let's get on
to Kirk's number 4.
All right, number 4. This is, I think, my favorite quote among the quotes I've chosen for my characters.
Interesting. Really?
I don't care about the money. I'm pulling back the curtain. I want to meet the wizard. Michael Douglas as Nicholas Von Orton from The Game. All right?
Oh, nice pick.
I love...
He's a great character.
I love references to The Wizard of Oz.
Same. Check out Wild at Heart.
Check it out, Wild at Heart. We have the exact same idea there.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, but that's actually such a good representation of what he has at stake here. There's like some trickster force going on here, and he does not know what the hell is going on. It's just someone with so much control over their life, just losing complete and utter control.
That movie freaked me out,
and I just love it.
I love The Game, dude. The Game's actually one of the first Fincher movies I've seen.
It was the last one I saw.
It's the last one you saw, and I'm hyped to rewatch this movie because it's been.
I want the Criterion so bad because the DVD I have of it is shit, man.
Yeah. Dude, it's been since grade 8 since I've seen this movie.
Really?
Really?
Yo, I'd say like.
I remember fucking loving it though. Like it's
so
the most
good.
Surreal Fincher film.
It's
easily.
also, I'd say, like his most surreal. I don't know. Fight Club's pretty surreal.
I think. I'd say this is more, but I can see your argument.
It's very
for sure.
Hitchcockian too. I don't know the vibe of it. Like it gives me a kind of vertigo.
That. And Michael Douglas is just fucking awesome.
Such a beauty.
Michael Douglas is playing like Michael Douglas, but like I'm saying,
he's so good in this movie.
It's perfect casting.
Yeah, it is perfect casting.
Because it's just like, doesn't he quote his other film?
Foundational.
Doesn't he quote his other famous performance in this film?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Doesn't
he
say greed is good in this film?
From Wall Street?
From Wall
Street. I think he says greed is good
during
this
film.
That's hilarious. Dope. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen it in like fucking 5 or 6 years.
But to see that character lose complete control over his life is just amazing. And I love how you get these backstories into his life, and it's almost like some Freudian approach to his life where you have his father commit suicide and all these different aspects come into play.
It's freaky.
Yeah.
And all these end up being relevant.
And he's this rich guy. but he's not happy with his
Yeah,
current
again,
life scenario.
he has total control, but like
Yeah.
the total control is not what he wants. Not
Mhm.
what he not what he ends up wanting. But at the same time, he has this obsession, like we said earlier with Jake G.
Yeah.
The obsession with finding the wizard.
That is
But it's more forced, obviously.
from an auteurist reading, I guess. That would be the theme that runs through Fincher's films the most is obsession, which
Obsessiveness.
completely makes sense because Fincher himself, like, is one of the most
He
obsessive.
seems like a very meticulous guy.
He's
for sure.
meticulous,
He's so meticulous.
precise,
Yeah.
obsessive. He's one of the most obsessive. Like we've heard
Technically
about,
impressive.
For sure though.
we've heard the stories about the takes
Yeah.
and like how obsessive he is. Robert Downey Jr. was leaving piss jugs on the set of Zodiac because he was like protesting Fincher's obsessiveness.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game, like, I haven't seen it for a few years, but Michael Douglas was an amazing character in that movie.
Shout out to Basic Instinct for making me like Michael Douglas.
I love Michael Douglas.
Yo,
in that
you
movie.
guys gotta see Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attractions, I forget what it's called.
It's just Attraction. Yeah.
Or Fatal, okay.
I really want to see that movie.
It's amazing. It's very underrated. It's a lot like,
Basic Instinct.
Basic
I
Instinct.
love Basic
it's
Instinct.
basically Basic Instinct meets Gone Girl. Which,
I'm sold.
when Gone Girl came out, this is just a side note thing. When Gone Girl came out, Rosamund Pike's performance got a lot of comparison to Glenn Close in
Interesting.
Fatal Attraction and what she does. So, I don't know, just side note, check out Fatal Attraction. I think it's an underrated film.
Nice.
All right, foundational stuff. Let's move
Foundational.
on to
Michael Douglas is
Victor's
foundational.
number 4 pick. What you got for us?
Bong
Victor?
hit. my number 4 pick is
Oh God.
Sean Parker from The Social Network. I mean, he's an amazing character. He's
That delivery was on point, man.
Thank you.
Foundational.
For me, he's the most entertaining character in the movie. I mean,
I can't argue with that.
once he comes on screen, he does so much for every single scene. I mean,
Oh my god.
he's so funny. I love how paranoid he is.
I know.
Like,
They'll hire private detectives who will follow you day and
Yeah,
night. You're a
during
target
the-
for high-priced
yeah.
escorts. I can't prove it, but I know they tap my phones. Whatever that is that's going to trip you out, you've done already. Privacy is a relic of a time gone by, and if somehow you manage to live your life like a Dalai Lama, they'll make shit up. Because they don't want you, they want your idea.
ideas. No one here knowing the whole Social Network script.
Well, not both of you. Like, I'm just sitting here. Every time either of these guys bring up The Social Network, I'm not gonna say anything. All right. From now on, whenever The Social Network's brought up, I won't say a single word.
You got to rewatch it, man. It's foundational.
No, honestly, I don't have like too much to say about this character. It's just his lines are so good. His performance is awesome. I mean,
That's amazing.
Justin Timberlake, he's an okay actor, but this performance is
yeah.
amazing.
It's okay.
He sells it so fucking well.
He turned to acting when The Social Network came out, and he's been in plenty of films, but I would only call this and Inside Llewyn Davis good performances.
Which I think is a testament to the directors,
Obviously.
the Coen brothers,
The Coen brothers
and
and Fincher, the two
I
lads.
totally forgot about
The
him
three lads.
inside Llewyn Davis. That's
Yeah.
also a great performance.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just hilarious. Every time he's on screen, I'm laughing. Like,
Dude, that line you said, bong hit.
he's so good. And he does so much for the story with the
So
whole...
much.
He's part of what divides Eduardo and Mark. He's a huge part in it, I think.
Oh, he's the biggest part.
Yeah.
And I just love how he lives his life, because you look at this character and you're kind of like, man, this guy is the playboy. He's the scoundrel,
Totally.
and he's so good
When
at
we're
everything.
first introduced to him, waking
Yeah.
up in that girl's bed,
Is it Stanford?
it's so good. I love it.
But the thing about him is that he lives in a world where things seem, when you look at him, things seem so great for him, yet he has nothing going for him.
Nothing
really.
at all.
That's why he gets so excited when he sees the Facebook template. Like, he opens Dakota Johnson's laptop.
What is this?
I need to find you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
He gets so excited because he's like, maybe this is an answer to my life issues. And yeah, that scene you were talking about when he manipulates Mark in the club, or not really manipulates, but you know what I mean. The way he's talking to Mark in the club, and then he says, "Tell you what, you get 100 schools, I'll put you on 2 continents." And then Mark just loves it. He's like, "You know what? If you don't have a place to go to, you should definitely crash at our place this summer." And then Sean just goes, "Let's line up some shots."
Yeah. He's so good. I love him.
I also, just side note, I love the fucking cut after he says, "Let's line up some shots," after he was talking about the 2 continents. The very next shot, we go into another continent with the Winklevosses doing the race.
The race, yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm getting way too passionate in this podcast, but I just love
He's your favorite
Fincher.
director, man.
And I know a lot about his movies, and I'm just really excited right now talking about The Lad. So yeah.
Great character.
Victor, you should be talking more about Sean, but
no, like I said, there's not much to say. I mean, he's hilarious. Great performance. Love how paranoid he is. I just
yeah.
Love how charismatic he is. Like, you understand why Mark is so seduced by him, because he's so seductive just with his charisma.
He's so good at it.
Yeah, he's
great
awesome.
Pick. Awesome pick,
That's
man.
all I have to say.
I respect that pick a shit ton. All right, so we're going to my number 5?
Your number 4.
My number 4? Sorry.
Yeah, your number 4.
All right. Erica Albright's a bitch. Do you think that's because her family changed their last name from Albrecht? Or do you think it's because all BU girls are bitches?
Wow. I thought that was going to be way higher on your list.
You thought that was going to be my number 1. I know you thought that was going to be my number 1. I know, because we were talking...
and you stole my quote. I'm just going to say that.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Don't be sorry.
But I know you thought that was going to be higher, because I remember we were talking a few days ago, and you were guessing my list, and you were like, okay, I know Mark's going to be number 1. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, we'll see. Look.
I guess 4 of your picks. Well, we'll see.
You think you did. You think you did.
I know I did.
Look. Mark Zuckerberg, sorry, Kirk's giving us the silent treatment again because he doesn't like The Social Network. Or he likes it, but he thinks it's overrated. Okay, what is it about The Social Network you don't like? Give it to me straight right now. Let's go. Give it to me straight, boss.
He doesn't like biopics.
2 words, biopics.
It's such a unique... You like biopics, though. Bronson.
Adaptation.
Fuck you for saying adaptation's a biopic.
Adaptation does not count.
I saw it on a list on Letterboxd.
It's an autobiography.
I know.
It's not...
Relax,
it's not a biopic.
It's a joke.
It's an autobiography.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
Chill
but
yourself.
Dude, explain Bronson and explain The Social Network. What about Bronson works for you, and what about The Social Network doesn't work for you?
I find Bronson funny.
Really?
There's something about English culture that I find attractive.
Okay. How many times have you seen The Social Network?
3 times, maybe more.
Wow.
It's a lot of people I know's favorite film.
Yeah, it's my second favorite film of all time.
It's my brother's favorite film. Shout out to my brother.
It's up there. It's one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
But then again, my brother's seen like 3 movies.
Is that a diss? Is that a diss or what? I'm kidding. No, yeah. Social Network is my second favorite film of all time next to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and Mark Zuckerberg is a huge reason why. Forget the real Mark Zuckerberg. The one portrayed in the film is such a good character, and the way he's written, the way he's acted, just everything about him is universal and will stand the test of time. There's so much to love about him. There's the whole idea that, you know, he ends up being the richest character. The title card says at the end of the movie, he's the youngest billionaire in the world.
Yeah.
Yet he's the only character in the movie that doesn't care about money.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Eduardo cares about money. Sean cares about money.
He's motivated by so many different things. Other than money.
He wants to be just accepted by society, and he wants to be loved by, you know, girls like Rooney Mara's character. And he fails. He fails. He just keeps refreshing.
Yeah.
You think he has everything he wants, but he doesn't, and it's so sad.
That refreshing shot's good.
It's amazing.
It's good.
I love all the subtleties in his character that you don't really pick up until you've seen it multiple times.
I know.
That explains
a quotable amount of time.
A quotable amount of times.
Legit.
That explains his motivations. Like, something I just noticed recently, like, you know, I've seen this movie a lot. I love when he says that he wants an article in the BU newspaper.
Oh my god!
The first time you watch that, you're like, whatever.
It's such a throwaway line.
I know.
No
once
idea
you've seen it a few times, you're like, holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, there's another one like that too, where he tries to.
Wait, can you explain that?
BU is the school that Erica Albright goes to.
Oh.
And a lot of his motivation is like getting back, for lack of a better word, Erica, I guess.
Yeah, trying to get Erica back or trying to impress her because he feels bad over how their relationship ended. She's kind of a representation
wants to, prove himself to her, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's kind of a representation of his like social awkwardness and unable to network. Keep a relationship and everything. And there's another one like that too, when he sees her in public and he tries to almost apologize to her, but she like throws him away so hard.
I love that scene.
And Eduardo looks at him and he's like,
You did the right thing.
You did the right thing, man. And he just looks at Eduardo and just goes, we need to expand.
Because it's so good.
She doesn't know about Facebook yet.
I know.
So he's like, we
have
need to expand.
Have fun with your video game.
I know, man. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my god. Look, there's just, like, we could go on and on about this character for too long.
Yeah, we could.
Too long.
You could, for sure.
Yeah, you guys could.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to Kirk's number 3.
Number 3 time. All right, quote number 3. He had a long-standing sexual relationship with his co-editor of a magazine. It destroyed his marriage, but not hers. He sometimes performs cunnilingus. Not enough, in my opinion.
Lisbeth Salander.
Great choice.
Rooney Mara.
Rooney Mara.
Rooney Mara.
That's a great choice.
It's an amazing choice.
Let me tell you guys something. In my recent Fincher binge, I've discovered something.
You should have rated that film higher, by the way. Just saying.
What? Didn't you give it 4.5?
You gave it 4.
Oh shit! I gave it 3.5.
Yeah,
I know you did.
Let's move on. Yeah. Tell us about the character.
Well, okay, screw that. But I rated it fairly.
I'm memeing.
Okay, what I have to say about this character is that watching Fincher's films, I realized he has this reoccurring character, this image of a woman, the Fincher woman, okay? And to me, that image is just this half-naked woman in her underwear, just having a dart half in her lips, smoking a dart.
Yo, I fucking love the scene, the shot of Lisbeth smoking a dart in her underwear. Like, it's so badass.
Yeah.
That's just like, to me, that's the Fincher aesthetic for a woman. Think about Fight Club.
Yeah.
Marla, holy shit.
Like,
yeah.
Amy.
Other films I'll talk about, maybe.
Yeah, Amy smokes a few times.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the Fincher woman. It's like they're equally sexy and badass.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
And trashy a little bit.
I don't think she's trashy.
Yeah,
Lisbeth?
Lisbeth's not trashy.
No,
maybe,
sorry. I was thinking of Marla. My bad.
Well, no, Lisbeth...
Marla's a little trashy.
She's very trashy.
Lisbeth can appear trashy.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think she appears trashy at all. I think she appears...
I think so.
Like, stone cold, like...
I'm saying I can understand why someone could get that impression.
I don't even see that. Like, to me, she's a wall. She's just this brick wall. The most powerful character in the film. And she just operates...
I disagree with that.
How? Like,
that she's the most powerful character.
Who's the most powerful character in the film?
I don't know if there is one. But, like, think about it. Think about how she gets raped.
No, just her ability. She's not powerful in the sense of her actual power, but, like, her ability to function as a human being.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
She's the most intense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree for sure.
She's the most intense. She delivers so much more. And I feel like, again... Fincher, I feel like, is one of those directors who's copied time and time again. I feel like this character of the hacker type, super all-knowing type thing, I feel like this female character is, again, copied over and over again. Which is something that happens, like, he's so influential to, like, character types themselves, you know what I'm saying?
You can even see that in the same franchise.
Yeah.
With the film that came out this past year, the new Dragon Tattoo story, or whatever the fuck that piece of shit movie was.
It already came out? Also?
No, I don't want my life to be ruined.
Yo, didn't Fincher produce it?
He's labeled as a producer, but like he doesn't have anything to do with it.
But yeah, like we were saying, I haven't seen the original things, the original versions of these movies. So I don't know how influential that
Fincher's
was.
is better. It's Fincher.
Okay, yeah, but you're biased.
I am I'm biased, but I think it's better in every facet.
I know people who like the original more.
Yeah.
And look, I respect
you know
opinions, but I think it's whack. I think it's whack.
You know I can't take that opinion. I have to take your opinion with a grain of salt.
That's fair. Just know I'm a huge Fincher fan, but I just in every facet I see Fincher's version just boom. Look, I'm getting too passionate here. I actually really like the original though. I think it's a good movie. But
what do you have it as? Just out of curiosity.
I have it at a 7 out of 10. But I have
hashtag Letterboxd.
I have Fincher's version out of 10. I think it's a masterpiece.
Yeah,
profiles in the description. Please follow. All right.
I'm sorry if you like the original more than the Fincher one.
It's a great
that's
choice,
great.
Rick.
Good all around choice.
Yeah, say sorry.
Moving on.
I'm way
Victor,
too biased for Fincher. I'm way too biased.
All right. I think that's made obvious by now. Victor, number 3, quote, deliver us right now.
Yeah,
Go.
my quote's gonna give it the hell away, but Amazing fucking Amy is getting fucking married. Amazing Amy from Gone Girl. Love this character.
What can I say?
I mean, she's my favorite favorite femme fatale, and I think there's something very interesting about this femme fatale character. I mean, I haven't seen every film noir. Yeah, I haven't seen every film noir ever, but in my experience of watching film noirs, the pattern is usually the femme fatale seduces the male and then becomes the villain, I guess. Whereas I think it's opposite in this one, whereas Ben Affleck seduces her. He wrongs her, where in all the other old film noirs I've seen, the male is so loyal to the female and they just fuck him over out of nowhere, which reflecting that whole post-war fear of women, whatever. But Ben Affleck,
that's a really good point. Yeah, I didn't
Ben
think about that
Affleck
too much.
fucks over this girl and she just strikes back with a vengeance, and I fucking love it. I can still remember when I first saw this movie in theaters with my parents,
such a good
when we
memory.
cut to that shot, I'm so happy now that I'm dead. It's so fucking awesome.
So good.
She's such a fucking badass.
I know. And I love how she just doesn't conform to the husband's demands of the cool girl.
Cool girl watches Adam Sandler movies and gives him blowjobs or whatever she says.
I know.
So good.
It's amazing.
What a brilliant character.
What a great film.
Yeah, totally.
It's the movie that this might sound corny, but it's the movie that changed my life, got me into filmmaking, and I probably there's a good chance I wouldn't be into filmmaking and studying film if it weren't for Gone Girl. So shout out to Fincher and Rosamund Pike and everybody who was involved in making Gone Girl, except for maybe Ben Affleck.
And you know how you say that
unshout out. Unshout out. We gotta do an unshout out to Ben Affleck. Shout out for being
Ben Affleck's great in this movie.
He's good. He's great in the movie.
No, unshout out to Ben Affleck though.
Whatever.
No, let's talk about the movie.
Now I forget what I was gonna say. Okay, you know how we were saying that John Doe, you feel his presence all throughout the movie?
Yeah.
The first time you see Gone Girl, you don't. But when you rewatch it, you totally feel Amy Dunn's presence throughout the movie. So
true.
Once you know everything that she's done, every time you discover the clues or go along with the case, you're holy fuck.
And there's something with the second time you watch it, there's something about her voiceover that's so eerie, man.
Dude, she's awesome.
It's goodie for Anniversary 5 or whatever, and then the way he fucking bitch and he honks the horn.
Yeah. Oh. Everything about her character is amazing. I mean, she's so sexy, she's so scary. I just love this character.
I mean, I agree. She's great.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, well, amazing character.
All right, we going to my number 3?
Yeah, your number 3, I guess. I mean,
is there anything else to say about
this character? Kind of leaves me speechless.
No,
a lot of his characters do.
I have nothing to say about this character right now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we'll save some more discussion later.
You guys ready for this quote?
Yeah.
Here, my number 3 pick. In the world I see, you are stalking elk through the damp canyon forest around the ruins of Rockefeller Center. You wear leather clothes that will last you for the rest of your life. You climb the wrist-thick kazoo vines that wrap the Sears Tower. And when you look down, you'll see tiny figures pounding corn, laying strips of venison on the empty carpool lane of some abandoned superhighway.
I have no idea.
Is that from Panic Room or something? I don't know.
I have
It's
no clue.
Tyler Durden from Fight Club.
Can you repeat the quote?
No,
It's
that
a
was
long
really
quote.
long.
It's
No.
a long quote. No,
I was
I'm not
obscure
repeating
quote.
the quote.
Jeez,
It's the
okay.
scene. It's the scene when right after they crash the car, and Edward Norton's like the narrator's having that dream.
Yeah.
And there's that like really dreamy, like those fades to black as Tyler Durden,
Yeah, I know
like
what you're
Brad
talking
Pitt's
about now.
giving that speech.
Hmm.
That's what it is. That's
I get it.
Oh, chilling. Like just the world he envisions. You know, you take Fight Club at face value. You got this great twist. You got this like super surreal, wacky film with these
Anti-consumerism.
and
themes.
these cartoony kind of characters. But when you look deeper into Tyler Durden, the shit that he's envisioning and it's just so fucked up. And I think that quote just is so whack.
Totally.
It's so whack, and like I know you guys couldn't tell what it was at first, but I hope you guys look at that scene in a different light now. That just think about the shit he's saying, because it's pretty whack.
Totally.
Nothing to say about Tyler Durden.
He's
Let's
pretty cool.
let's talk about him more in a bit.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
All right,
Kirk, what's your number 2, boss?
my number 2. Hello, handsome. Crepe. Rosamund Pike as Amy Elliott Dunn. All
Yeah,
right?
great pick.
Amazing
Crepes.
Amy.
Yo, crepes. All right. What we didn't talk about earlier, but we hinted at, was Amazing Amy. The backstory behind this character, how she was like this figure who had a like series of children's books based off her. What? Like,
Well,
I
not
love
only
this-
based off her, but like the better versions of her.
the better
Yeah.
version.
Like everything that Amy didn't
Even
get
the-
or didn't accomplish, Amazing Amy in the
Did,
books
did.
accomplished.
Yeah.
And
I missed the cut. She made varsity or whatever she says. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like
I
it just
know.
shows how everyone in her life like does these things to
Yeah.
like it all comes together in the perfect way to make her, you ultimately just understand why she's doing all these crazy things.
yeah, her
You almost start to root for her a little bit.
Oh,
well-
I rooted for her all the way.
Yo, her sociopathic nature, like totally in a lot of ways,
can see
comes
where it
from
comes
her,
from.
her upbringing.
Yeah,
for sure.
totally.
100%.
And
Yeah.
her parents obviously don't see that at all,
Mm-hmm.
but it's such an important factor for her character.
Okay, from the moment Gone Girl opened, I knew
The opening
something.
shot.
Can we
Sorry.
talk about the opening shot, aka
Oh, yeah.
the ending shot? Like,
They're slightly different.
They're a bit different, yeah.
But yeah, they're essentially
you know
the
what
same.
I'm saying.
I know what you're
I know
saying.
exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, like voiceover. David Fincher's best film. That's all I have to say. Now, you go say your number 2. Nope. You guys can social network as much as you want. Gone Girl's better.
No, Gone Girl's better.
Okay, the other day you told me Social Network's better.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
So you
Victor's
go
a
back
hat.
and forth.
Victor's a hat.
I don't know.
They're your Kubrick and PTAs. You go back and forth.
Yeah, they're tied. They're tied.
All right.
Honestly,
Victor,
no.
number 2.
I kind of agree, because I like, as much as I love the Social Network and think it might be a tiny bit better, Gone Girl like is the movie
It
that
isn't
got
a biopic.
It is the movie that got me into film. You know what I'm saying?
Yo. All right, Victor, number 2 pick.
You know, you really don't need a forensics team to get to the bottom of this. If you guys were the inventors of Facebook, you'd have invented Facebook.
That's a savage quote.
Genius.
I
Like
think we've said enough about this character. Do you agree?
I mean, there might be a couple things that we didn't touch on.
No one's got
Alright.
notes here.
No one's got something to say about every Fincher character. Something more to say.
Let alone Mark Zuckerberg, notable lizard person.
Okay, we haven't touched upon really Fincher's cinematography and how he uses the camera to capture Mark's emotions or movements and everything. The way he moves the camera and edits a scene you feel like you are that character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
Just by like right after the first scene when, you know, it's literally just a scene of him running across campus. Like,
It's such a good scene.
how is that scene so good? And then when he gets back, but when he gets back to his little residence, the way he quickly walks into the room, chucks a beer, like just smashes a beer on the table, walks over, walks back, and like the way he types.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't touch upon that before, and like, yeah,
I just love how Fincher fictionalized this real life person and how he created this motivation for him that just works so well in the movie. Because this is like, you know, the whole Erica Albright thing. I don't know. That's not real, right?
Apparently the girl is real, but the name is changed or whatever. But like they obviously built up on the whole.
They built up on the
inspiring
whole
Facebook.
Exactly, and he just does that so well with the character, which we've already talked about.
Yeah. I love one line that Eduardo says when he says, "Mark doesn't care about money and he needs to be protected."
Yeah, I love that line.
It sums up Mark so much. He doesn't care about money, and he does need to be protected.
Yeah, he's unstable.
Because by the end,
think.
Totally, and you see that by the end when you see how Sean ruins that relationship between two best friends, between Mark and Eduardo, and you get that scene where he's on the phone with Sean. He says, "Go home, Sean," and he looks at that card and he just is reminded of the shitty influence of him and.
Mm-hmm.
He does need to be protected, and Eduardo was that guy. And then...
Totally.
I know I'm going off on a bit of a sidetrack here, but...
Yeah.
Great character.
Fantastic character.
Right.
And we already talked about it a little bit,
Yeah.
so...
Moving on.
Fantastic character, yeah. Nolan,
All right,
your number two pick.
Alright. Do you doubt anything I've said? Do you doubt what's in the reports that have followed me around all my life? What do they say? If you had to sum it up. They say I'm insane. No, it's okay. You can nod. It's true. I am insane. Nod.
Savage line, bro. That you gave me chills delivering that.
Arguably my favorite Fincher scene. Arguably. Like, it's kind of a tie. Like...
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh.
When she's getting revenge.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, Elizabeth Salander. When she's getting revenge.
Dude, like so many lines in that scene are so good.
Oh my god. Ooh, Gabardine.
And that plot line continues. I see you looking up tattoo removal places. If you look up again, I will come and tattoo in your forehead.
So good.
Fucking insane.
I'm going to keep these keys because I'm going to check up on you. And if I find a girl came in here, whether she came for her own free will or not, or whatever, I'm going to upload the video.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
So good. Or like, I know it's going to be hard abiding by my rules, so I'm going to make it easier for you. As in the tattoo on his chest. And then when she gets on top of him, lie still. I've never done this before.
So
savage. I mean,
great character.
This is Fincher's coldest film.
I
setting
totally
alone.
agree.
Setting alone.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is it not true that, like, I don't know, Social Network, I kind of think of all the winter scenes in that too, to me. Like, a very notable scene from the movie, even though I'm, like, iffy on it, is when the equation for the Social Network itself, he's writing it in the frost on the window.
Damn.
Like, I don't know, I always think about that scene for some reason. And to me, like, Fincher just works in the snow. And she's a cold, icy character.
Oh, for sure. And that's the setting of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Like, at parts of it, just through what it's about, what the characters are like, and what the setting is, you feel cold watching it.
Oh, yeah. Especially when she's in it.
What's so funny, boss?
Nothing. Just Kirk.
He just like Victor just likes being warm.
Yeah.
He's a room temperature kind of guy.
No, Kirk just makes me laugh sometimes.
He's a room temperature kind of guy, you know? Like, that's why he doesn't
No, I like being cold actually more than
he doesn't like
I don't know
Girl with the
where
Dragon
this is coming
Tattoo
from.
because he's a room temperature
No,
kind of
you
guy.
like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
I do. I fuck with it.
He fucks with it. Just not as much as.
And I do like being cold more than being hot. I don't know why this came into play, but
I don't know. You're just
okay. This is
just make me laugh. But let's.
This character,
icy.
She's icy.
Yeah,
and
cold.
I just love how much there is to this character. Like
I've already talked about this before with Michael Douglas's character in the game and Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl, but Fincher again builds backstory here with the relationship with their parents, this maternal relationship, but it's much more subtle in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo to me.
I think it's his most subtle film.
Equally as brilliant. Yeah, anything else to add on that?
Well,
I know we've talked about her twice here.
Well, I was just going to say that, like, there's so much to relate to her character, and she's not just, like, one kind of type of woman.
Oh, 100%.
There's just so much going on with her. She's, how she's such a badass. She finds herself as the detective type of character. She finds herself as the vulnerable victim type of character. She finds herself as the criminal type of character.
She finds herself as the heartbroken lover.
Dude, the ending broke my heart.
Dude, the ending is fucked, man. And I kind of love it actually when it's stand up.
No, it's amazing, of course.
No. I'm saying like, cause like before when it came out, you look at it. Oh, there's a trilogy gonna happen here,
right?
But with this film now having to stand on its own, it works even better in my opinion with the ending.
I do like the conclusion there, where it's just like this character, so much happened to her, and you want this ending for her, but it just doesn't happen because, like when she's talking to her father and she's like, "I've made a friend," and it's just like, oh,
yeah. Finally she's made a friend.
But well, fuck Daniel Craig.
Why fuck Daniel Craig?
Not Daniel, like the actor, but like his character in the movie. We're just dipping on Elizabeth.
Oh yeah,
I understand.
Well,
like,
I mean,
I get it, but like,
I've watched the film with Fincher's commentary, and the one thing I really liked that he said was, as the credits started to roll, he was asked, or he wasn't asked, but he said that when I made this movie. He said something along the lines of, when I made this movie, a lot of people asked me why was I making another serial killer movie. And he said, that wasn't really how I looked at it. I looked at it more of like two people who were completely different from each other, who find a way to help each other and improve each other's lives. And he said something like, that's how I looked at this story, and that's how I looked at Lisbeth's character, of her arc going to that place of finding someone for her, finding someone to give her a sense of purpose. I don't know. Do you guys have anything to say about that? Or?
I think like I said,
well said.
I like how you said how complex she is, because as much as I said she's reminiscent of what I consider the Fincher woman, but at the same time there is so much more complexity to her that's only this part of her that's like imagery in my head.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more to her. Of course. Like I failed to credit that about her.
Yeah.
And like as much again as I see her as a Fincher woman, there's again more to her, and that's definitely in the way he incorporates different elements of her into the story, and there's so much going on with this character. Honestly, great number 2 pick.
And one thing I love too is that I brought this up with Mark Zuckerberg's character. I love how Fincher uses the camera and the editing to capture like what this character is going through. Like in certain scenes, in certain like personal, intimate scenes where it's just one character in the room with Lisbeth. She's in the room, or she's in her room. She's like, just the way the camera speeds as she's walking really fast to her computer. She's typing super fast, just like Mark would. And like you even see what she's typing, but it's so fast that you even miss some of it. And because you miss some of it, you might miss like what is happening in the story. But like you're getting in the head of the character, and her mind just thinks so fast that the movie forces you to think as fast as she does.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's one of the most interesting, brought to life characters in contemporary film.
Especially female characters, 100%.
For sure. She's a very important female character, and like she's
definitely influential.
Even
100%.
as a male, she's sort of an inspiration. Like, she's so awesome. I love her.
Yep.
All right. Let's we're on the final
We're at the
frontier here.
nitty-gritty.
The
Let's do
nitty-gritty.
it.
Number 1. My number 1 up until an hour before making this podcast was my number 2. I switched them last minute. I'm not going to lie. Had to go for the iconic pick here.
I know what it is.
Where'd you go, psycho boy? I felt like destroying something beautiful.
The narrator.
That's 2 different characters, Nolan.
But it's the same
But
character.
it's the same character. My character is Edward Norton and Brad Pitt as the narrator
Durden.
and Tyler
Wow.
Durden.
That's
Alright,
fair.
I'm a hack.
No,
I'm
that's
a hack,
fair.
That's not fair.
But
Whatever.
it's 100% fair. They're the
That's
same
It's
character.
totally fair.
It's not fair, but go on.
They're yin and yang.
They're the
don't-
same character.
They're yin and yang, but they are different entities, but they represent equal parts of the same whole. Without
Well
one,
said.
without one, you can't have the other, and without the other, you can't have the one. You can't have pure chaos. You can't have pure chaos without pure structure. You can't have pure structure without pure chaos. It's an equilibrium, and I love the fact that these 2 characters
Bring
are
out
one character.
Yeah.
that brings out a greater sum than the parts. Not to say that the parts aren't amazing, because together,
Mm-hmm.
like as separate entities, the voiceover of the narrator, the cynical,
So good.
the cynical dialogue,
So good.
the anti-consumerism mumbo jumbo bullshit of Tyler Durden rambling that sometimes, this guy's making sense,
Totally.
For sure.
It's a,
Except when he talks about the fucking Rockefeller Center and Sears Tower and
it's a back and forth.
some
Noel.
abandoned superhighway.
It's a
from
back
Cool.
and forth. And that equilibrium it's what makes Fight Club. It's the heart of Fight Club. One of the most iconic movies of all time. One of the most iconic characters of all time. All right?
Yeah.
Even though it's one single character played by 2 different actors. The way I thought about this before, like, originally not incorporating them together is, technically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
like, look at a film where a character is portrayed by multiple different actors.
Okay.
Moonlight, for example.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 different stages of life. It's the exact same person, though. It's the exact same character. You just see them in different stages.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm a hack for picking this. Sure, that's what you can.
No,
think,
you're not a hack.
Victor. That's
You're
what
not
you
a
can
hack.
think, Victor. But to me, the greatness of these 2 characters is their joint effort. Not to again say that they aren't great on their own, but it just becomes overwhelmingly how great they are.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
No, like-
Rambling.
No, I'm glad you chose that, and I just love how many subtle hints there are and examples there are of the 2 of them being the same person. And the first time you watch it, you don't even notice, but by the
I
time
know.
you've seen it multiple times, it's so obvious.
In
Like-
the airport,
Oh, okay.
did you
we have
even
the-
wake up as a different person?
We
Fucking holds the shot on Brad Pitt. It's like,
we were
how do you not?
we were watching this film together with first-time viewer Avery at the time, and
Whoa.
every time there was any bit of foreshadowing, these 2 guys could not stop giggling.
We'd be
Like,
like, oh my god,
you-
it's awesome.
Well,
You get that
because it's
1
awesome,
second
man.
flat. I know it's awesome. It's just like the giggling and stuff. Again, Avery had been spoiled on it. She had basically seen the whole film, but like,
Yeah,
you guys
which
could
kinda
not stop
sucks.
giggling,
Yeah.
which was funny.
Fight
Like,
Club is one of those
It
movies
just
where
gets
you,
me hyped. I love that movie. What can
yeah,
I say?
and dude, oh my god, like the scene in the hospital when he's getting stitches and he goes, sometimes Tyler spoke for me. He fell down some stairs. I fell down some stairs.
Yeah,
Like
so
it's
good.
so, and it eventually gets to the point where it's so obvious, but
Yeah.
the scenes that are happening, it's so obvious, but it's so absurd that it's just so fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
Like when he starts freaking out and everyone's going, his name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. He's like, shut up. He runs away. He runs to Tyler's room. He's like looking through all his IDs and like he's trying to figure out where Tyler went. And then you get that like music video type of sequence where he's flying from place to place, trying to look for Tyler. I went to every place on Tyler's whatever. And he's like walking to the bar. I'm looking for Tyler Durden. It's very important that I speak with him. And then they're just like, I wish I could help you, sir. And then they give him a nod.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
so funny, man.
It's so good.
Because they all know.
Mm-hmm.
They all know.
It's amazing.
All right. Tyler Durden, the narrator. Iconic. Number 1, Victor.
Bob is dead. They shot him in the head. You want to make an omelet? You got to break a couple eggs. Or you got to break some eggs.
Yeah.
Kirk, I'm pulling the same shit as you.
Sad.
The narrator and Brad Pitt.
Did
You guys
switch
are
that last
savages.
I switched that last minute. Before,
Yo,
it was
savage.
Brad Pitt, I will admit. Just, yeah, you gotta go with the iconic pick sometimes.
I mean,
Whoa.
You gotta...
So, did I just convince you?
I just memed. Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden.
So you're not picking the narrator.
No,
wanna make this
I
clear.
picked Brad Pitt originally.
Yeah,
So-
well, I
But-
picked Brad Pitt.
How did you switch though? Is what I'm asking. Did I convince you?
Yeah, but
Ed Norton
Yeah.
is an
So I
honorable
convinced
mention.
you. That's all I want. I just want some.
you just want that, yeah.
I just want to say that the narrator is an honorable mention on my list. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I should say that, because before going into this, Brad Pitt was my main pick. And I mean, I don't know, it's just so iconic, as we've already said, and like, all his lines, Brad Pitt's charisma, just...
Yo.
Oh wait, were we doing honorable mentions? I forgot to mention
No.
mine.
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
We'll
Oh, I thought we were supposed to do it before. Number.
okay,
I guess that
after
makes sense.
we talk about this, we'll talk about honorable mentions before.
I
Yeah,
just-
right before Nolan's number one.
I just
Yeah.
have one honorable mention. Bob's boobies. That's all I want to say.
It's not boobies, it's Bob's bitch tits.
Bob's bitch tits.
Yeah.
My honorable mention would be Marla Singer.
And
Alright,
She
we'll go
almost
through
made my
honorable
list.
mentions now, I guess.
And the
We've
Star.
said so much about Tyler Durden
And
already.
again, the
Yeah.
Starbucks cup.
Well, no, I have more to say about Tyler Durden, man. His costumes, his
I
outfits.
know.
He's the coolest
Flamboyant.
guy ever.
He's so
cool.
He's the coolest movie character, like, ever.
I'd probably say the coolest movie character ever.
I would.
I'm gonna say silent on that one.
Who would you say? Off the top of your head.
Orson
hell-
Welles' Third Man.
Fair.
I haven't seen it, so I can't
Orson
say.
Welles in anything, but
Yeah.
I mean,
He's so cool. I mean,
like
so many cool.
I guess that's a
lines.
different kind of cool.
he
but-
even has
Yeah, it is
other.
different
He has.
kind of
He even has other quotes that are just fucking amazing. That like
I
are
could
quoted.
bring up
kind of,
like 30
you know,
right now.
You're not your job. You know how much money you make have in the bank. You know what the car you drive. You know the contents of your wallet. You're not your fucking khakis. We're the all singing, all dancing crap of the world.
Yeah.
Come on.
Shoving feathers up your butt doesn't make you a chicken.
There's something very like militaristic about Tyler Durden and his cause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Like
can see
he
that.
acts in the same way that a drill sergeant would to his followers. Like
Yeah, yeah.
spouting his rhetoric like a preacher almost. He's a preacher.
Yeah, I can
There's
see
something religious to me about Tyler Durden.
It's religious, but it's also
that. We've all been
ironic.
raised on TV to believe that we've been movie gods. Movie gods
We've all
and
been,
rock
we've all been
stars.
raised on TV to believe that one day we'd be movie gods and rock stars, but we won't.
Yeah.
We're starting to believe that fact.
I love that
And
he
we're
looks.
very, very pissed off.
I love that he looks at Jared Leto when he says rock stars.
I know. Oh my god. You don't know where I've been, Lou. You don't know where I've been.
That's my favorite scene.
Yeah, I think I got it. Nope, still not getting it. I mean, like, what is there to be said? I mean, going back to what you said, Kirk, actually, about him treating everybody like he's a drill sergeant. He's kind of... There's this ironic aspect at play here with Tyler Durden, because he's preaching about the fact that we're all slaves to consumerism.
There she is again.
We're all these slaves, and we're just abiding by the rules and conforming to society's norms,
Totally.
right? Yet so he's trying to create a team of people that go against that.
But they're
Yet
slaves.
he's treating them all like slaves anyways. So
Yeah.
there's obviously contradictory.
Yeah, it's some cult aspect.
Exactly. It's so contradictory.
All right, I guess it's time for the big finale.
No,
Do you want
I wanna-
to deliver your honorable
I
mentions?
gotta
here?
deliver a bunch of honorable
Yeah,
mentions.
Nolan's got some honorable mentions.
All right, Andrew Garfield as Eduardo Saverin. He's kind of in a way, some people have talked about how he's the heart and soul of The Social Network, but I don't know if that's true. But he's a great performance.
Yeah, he is great.
Yeah, London Tipton.
Aaron Sorkin, the one scene he's in The Social Network. What else? We got Stellan Skarsgård in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yo, good pick.
So good. Amazing.
Good villain.
Mark Ruffalo in Zodiac. Genius. Your pick, Arthur Lee Allen. It's
Respect.
amazing. Honestly, I know you guys haven't seen Panic Room, but Jared Leto in Panic Room, pretty good. Pretty great. Brad Pitt in Benjamin Button, awesome. Taraji P. Henson in Benjamin Button, amazing. Like, that movie started her career.
Mm-hmm.
Ripley from Alien 3.
I mean, it's Ripley. Come on. John Doe in Seven, brilliant. Marla in Fight Club. Michael Douglas in The Game. I mean, Sean Penn in The Game. There's
Sean
a bunch.
Penn's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he doesn't have much screen time, but he's great. But yeah, I guess we're going to my number one pick then.
Yep.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, there's one you haven't mentioned.
I'm very shocked. I'm going to be very shocked.
Bong hit. No, I'm kidding. That's another honorable mention.
I knew it.
No, my number one.
That was like the Fight Club ending right there. Big twist, big twist.
My cute, charming, salt of the earth Missouri guy. He needed to learn. Grown-ups work for things. Grown-ups pay. Grown-ups suffer consequences.
Great line, great line. You gave me chills again, man, with your Fincher quotes.
What a character. And as she's saying that line, she's taking a hammer to her face and she's slowly just one,
Yeah.
two, boom.
It's crazy.
She's fucked. And a couple things we haven't talked about with Amy Dunn. Or I don't really call her Amy Dunn, actually. Amazing Amy.
You gotta call her
A couple
by
of
her name.
things with Amazing Amy. I want to give a shout out to Rosamund Pike because it's one of my favorite acting performances of all time, and the commitment she gave to this role is out of this world. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I did a little bit of research on her research and commitment to the role. But basically, she this is the big moment in her career. She hasn't been in that many big movies. She was up for this role against like big movie stars like Reese Witherspoon, Natalie Portman, and Charlize Theron and other people.
Was this before? Just because timeline wise, I don't know. This was before The World's End, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, no,
it wasn't.
But
This was 2014.
2014. I knew
okay,
World's
World's
End was 2013.
Edgar Wright's an acclaimed director and everything, but like her role in that is not like that big
It's
of a role.
very small.
It's
She's
not
the
a
biggest
leading
female.
Yeah, but
role.
it's
Yeah,
a
but still.
male centered film.
True.
It's about dudes drinking in a bar, but
Great movie.
it is a great movie.
All right. Movie.
The ending, the last act is kind of shit, but anyways, going back to Rosamund Pike's commitment on this role. So obviously
I just brought that up so Victor could cry because he likes The World's End, and we're like mediocre on it.
No, I think it's amazing. I think it's an 8
Really?
out of 10. I think it's an 8 out of 10.
Whoa.
No,
Yeah, I think
Sorry to get off track there, but
we're getting off track for a sec. I think The World's End is an 8 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, but until the last act, it fucking ruins it, and it's an 8 out of 10 for me.
The best scene in that movie, hands down, is when The Doors is playing. Take me to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. And they're all like going like, dude, we need to film that with the film lads. Just us going to the next whiskey bar, like the exact same thing. Anyway,
Okay.
sorry.
I want to know what your problem with
yeah.
that movie is, but like after.
Me?
Yeah.
No, let's not talk about it right now.
I know, I just said after.
Okay.
I'll cut that entire thing out.
Okay. So, back to Rosamund Pike and this role. So, as I was saying, there's so many big actresses that she was up against, and Fincher decides to go with this
That's pretty savage.
kind of relatively unknown. Like, you go down the street and you're like, hey, you know Rosamund Pike? Everyone's like, what? So she wanted to be prepared for this. She wanted to make this iconic. So some of the shit that she did was fucked. She literally bought like a giant blow up Dora the Explorer stuff thing.
Mm-hmm.
And every day she'd go in the backyard and she'd practice dry humping the Dora the Explorer doll to like practice for the big Neil Patrick Harris scene that was to come towards the end.
Oh, my neck hurts now.
She bought a Dora the Explorer and she was talking about how she was in the backyard and then occasionally she would stop to like look around and make sure no one in other houses were looking at her because obviously that's really fucked up if you saw that.
Why was she doing it in the backyard?
Well, I guess that's the only place she had room. I don't know.
Trash humpers.
Because she was like, I think she was tying like, and whatever.
Yeah,
the other element is
voyeuristic elements into it, you know?
Yeah, I guess. She went to a butcher. She practiced slashing pig carcasses at a butcher shop. She'd go to a butcher shop.
Oh.
She'd take a box cutter and practice slashing them to get ready.
Oh. I can't think about that scene. Oh, God.
She gained weight off and on. They didn't film it in chronological order. And parts of the movie she needs to be, 15 pounds heavier. And parts of the movie she needs to be a bit lighter.
Depending on when she's cool girl.
Exactly. She kind of went back and forth with that, which is insanely impressive. And then the last thing that like almost makes me sad is I was watching her in an interview and she was talking about how she committed so much to this role and she got into it so much that she knew that she was convincing in the role. And because she thought that, because she knew that in her head, she actually questioned whether or not she was a good person. She thought that she was a sociopath herself. She said, we were filming that and I knew I was convincing in the role. I knew I was doing a good job. I'm working for this big director. I know I'm doing a good job. Is there something wrong with me? There's clearly something fucked up about me.
Nolan.
Like,
she
she seems stressed out talking about this. And like, I just want to shout her out.
Shout out to Rosamund Pike. She's like taken very what's it called? Like risky roles after Gone Girl too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like she would just go on to do another like lead, like abuse her sort of fame like that.
Yeah, exactly.
She obviously this affected her in a way where she's like, I can't reproduce that like level again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not necessarily I can't reproduce that level again, but it took so much out of me. Like I put so much into it, obviously from your story, that like I wouldn't be able to handle that again. And I can see that as a human being, like the way you're describing it. Oh,
well, and you're in a Fincher film and she's doing countless takes, so all day she's got to be this sociopath. And like, man, she's also so good at acting. Like, I'm not talking about Rosamund Pike, I'm talking about like Amazing Amy acting to like pretend to be into something else.
Totally.
You know, when most of the scenes with Neil Patrick Harris, she's pretending. Like there's some, oh my god, the savage shit she does. The shit with the wine, using the wine as the blood to run up and scream at the cameras.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, was actually I'm not positive on this, but I'm pretty sure it was improvised. There's also the box cutter, obviously.
Oh,
totally.
Please stop.
Yo, the bottle of wine.
No.
I think that was improvised too when she starts sodomizing herself with the bottle of wine. Well, I don't know. I think they were filming her. They were filming her like with the string, making the wound / like marks on her wrists
from being tied up.
But then I think as they were filming it, Fincher was like, would you be okay with like taking that bottle and pretending to?
I didn't know she sodomized herself. That's fucked.
It's like a self-destructive
You don't see that in
nature.
that scene?
I thought it was her vagina.
Who knows?
Oh no! Actually, you're probably right. Yeah, I just
don't
used
know.
the wrong terminology.
Oh, okay.
No, because I'm thinking about the scene now. I don't know why my
No
drunk brain got screwed.
No worries.
No,
Forced
you're
entry
right, yeah.
upon a hole. Unknown hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the hole is unknown.
No, yeah.
No, who knows? We don't have the shot.
No,
here.
it was.
That's what I'm
it's,
saying.
It's
Who knows?
probably.
It's unknown.
It probably is.
It's weird
it
that we're
probably
talking
is her
about this.
vagina. It's probably her vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdest film lads conversation ever.
Yo, the
I'm gonna point
pregnancy
that out.
too. I can't believe she got pregnant. Like I couldn't believe she got pregnant at the end.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Very fucked.
Well, Gone Girl, amazing fucking movie.
Fincher. Amazing fucking director.
Social no. All right, guys.
I was too hyped.
No, Nolan.
It's good
You
to be hyped.
delivered the passion that a Fincher fan would need to give credit to this amazing director. And I'm honestly glad you did, because you gave me new insights about some of these films. I especially appreciate that. Great
I'm
passion. I'm okay. Now you're challenging me. I need to bring that same passion to the Coens podcast.
You need to.
I need to. That's gotta happen. And you're gonna try and out-passion me because I know you're a Coens fan.
I don't think I can out-passion you.
I'm gonna try. Because Victor,
Oh, I'm gonna out-passion you
No.
on the Cohen's podcast.
Victor, he's not a very passionate man. No,
I'm not very passionate about the Coens.
No, but the Paul Thomas Anderson, you weren't.
I was too
We
sloppy.
were all
I was
passionate.
too sloppy. in
No.
that episode.
That was the first podcast. We
Yeah.
gotta give you credit. Anyways, too self-reflexive here. Thanks for
Anyways.
listening, guys. Fincher, and bye-bye.